People who pooped on the bathroom floor in high school. Why? Someone just destroyed a bathroom at my middle school I work at. It doesn't punish the school, a teacher or a principal. It punishes the custodians, who happen to be some of the nicest people you will ever meet. This question needs upvotes. I honestly need to know what is going through the minds of these individuals. I had a kid at my school draw in his own feces. He was a little disturbed, but not an ASD group or anything. Only reason someone found out was because he went back to class and wiped his hands all over the whiteboard, which was pretty vile. Not entirely related, but we once had a rebellious kid smeared Vegemite across the walls of the bathroom. The VP had all the male students assembled in the hall and he yelled at us for about 10 minutes about how there was faces on the bathroom wall and how the cleaner had to suffer cleaning it up. Needless to say, it did not take long for word to get around that it was indeed Vegemite. I once took an insane amount of cough syrup during my high school philosophy class. The teacher decided to show a movie that day. Duckin' great, right? Nope. 20 minutes and I got the strongest urge to just throw up everywhere. I didn't even ask the teacher to step out, I just straight up left and rushed towards the bathroom. I remember throwing up at the very entrance to the bathroom, leaving a trail of puke leading towards the toilet where I proceeded to regurgitate half my body weight. Fun times at Coral Park. I saw someone did this on my school's bathroom floor, and all I know is what horrible person would do this knowing a janitor would have to clean it up. Also, my school's janitors are the nicest people, so highly doubt it was someone doing it to get back at them. Explosive diarrhea is real. I only had it one time. I don't know what I ate, but it got everywhere and just kept coming and coming. Falling out wherever you may be. It hurt. Like a cannon. Pop pop boom. I don't know why it happened. But it happened and I was horrified and ran. But now for the people who get it even on the ceiling. Not the bathroom floor, but on the last day of school back in grade 11. Someone took a massive diarrhea shit in one of the stairwells. It was all over the stairs, not sure if someone stepped in it or the pooper dropped his load while going down the stairs. Not pooping on the bathroom floor in high school, but maybe related. Once I was going to sleep on the couch at a friend's house after a night of drinking out. We were all about 23 at the time. I'm just about to drift to sleep when I see a female figure. In the dark. Walk into the living room. Back up to a corner. Drop true. And start pissing on the hardwood floor. I'm all like, what? Am I really witnessing this? Come to find out, they suspected this roommate of doing this on a regular basis but never had proof. I guess she didn't know I was in the room at the time. Her excuse was a shrug. And an indication it gave her some jollies. People are weird. I pooped my pants in class. I shook my dookie out and it landed on the floor. I ain't touching that. I was a first grader. Autism. We had someone in the news for something like this not too long ago. Not a floor but in a public pool. Like every time the person does it, man, they have to drain the whole pool and sanitize it, and it's such a waste of time and money, and from what I can remember they made the news because they were doing it a lot. Can't recall if they've since been caught though. One of my buddies had a court date. So he decided to take an upper-decker in their toilet. Half in the bowl, half in the tank. Classic. Someone kept doing this when I was at school. Never got caught, and the legend of the phantom shitter was born. To make the janitor's life harder. One of my friends was friends with a guy that did that, and it was just to make the janitor's life harder. This is literally happening right now in the building that I work in. Imagine one of the paragons of your industry. That's where I work for mine. We have a phantom pooper problem. They are threatening draconian measures. Like we will guard the bathrooms. And you'll only be able to go to the bathroom in your section. We've suggested getting DNA tests done on the specimen. But we'll see. Hahaha, wasn't me and wasn't on the bathroom floor. But when I was in middle school, we had weird kids and weird bathrooms. There was an area with a large rounded sink for several people to use at once and no doors. You would just walk into either the women's or men's. Kind of hard to explain. The school must have thought these security measures were enough for the bathroom, so there were no security cameras anywhere. Well, that changed one day when some kid took a dump in one of the sinks. Hot. For a whole month. That bathroom was blocked off and we had an assembly discussing school rules. When the bathroom finally opened, the kid took another dump in the sink *. The day it opened, *. The bathroom was closed off again and they had security cameras installed around every bathroom. The kid was never caught though. Ha ha ha. I think people mostly think of HS because it was the last portion of school. Obviously. This also happens in elementary schools. Mischief? Sometimes it is. But it can also be a sign of sexual abuse. Most counselors, pretty much any from rough areas, would confirm this. Playing in your feces is a direct sign of sexual abuse in some/most cases. There is a reason they do it. It's an outward action. 8/10 times we've investigated this happening. It's turned into a case molestation or rape at a young age/still happening. When I was like 11, my best friend did this. At the time I thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. As an adult I am horrified at this. Knowing someone had to clean this. The unsanitary nature of it. The selfishness of ruining a public amenity. But deep down inside, when I remember that moment through the lens of my 11-year-old brain, I still think it was funny. Not on the floor. But I popped in a kid's pencil case because he took my friend's video games and never paid him. So my friend said he was going to, but he ended up pussying out, so I just did. Haha, no real reason behind it. We call this person in the Navy the phantom shitter. It's a very real thing and it's duck and mind-boggling. I'm a teacher, not a kid. And this is going to get buried since I'm late. But we view this as a red flag sign of abuse. Some kids who come from abused homes use destructive behavior in general as a form of control of their lives. But pooping on the floor or smearing it on the walls is particularly common. Not me or high school, but a friend diarrheaed all over the college dorm stairwell. He couldn't find a bathroom and ate too much spicy ramen and Hormel chili. They charged everyone in the building $70 for the cleanup. It was a 22-story building. Finally, something I can contribute to about floor poopers. When I was in the Navy in 2017, I was on an aircraft carrier, and during my deployment we came upon a series of mysterious poops in random places for about a week. We never found out the reason or who it was, but it got so serious the commanding officer of the ship made an announcement calling him to turn himself in and eventually calling him the Phantom Pooper. It was amazing. But horrible. My history teacher was scary, so I didn't dare ask to go. Then when I rushed down from the top floor after lesson, the toilets were locked. I then sprinted to the next building toilets, and as I got there it was too late. And I pooped on the floor a bit. I'm going to get downvoted because Reddit loves janitors, but short answer, it's ducking funny, that's why. We had an incident at work about a year before I started that we discussed in a leadership meeting. There was a female employee who ended up confessing it after being confronted on the matter. She intentionally pooped on the floor to antagonize someone on the floor they didn't like. There was some animosity between the two parties, and the pooper felt that would be a good way of getting at the other girl to make her feel uncomfortable. Someone asked the rhetorical question on how that was reasonable. To which someone wisely responded, "They pooped on the floor." There isn't much logic there to start with. BC, they were young, dumb, and full of crud. Not an excuse. Just full up of their own problems. That seems so ducking important when we are 16. Gods, do I wish my biggest worry was, will I pass X test or dance with Y person? I still cared about people and wasn't a shallow mean person. I just didn't know what this world was. I had no idea. None of us did. Someone pooped in the hallway of our dorms but took it a step further and dressed it as Mr. Hanky. WTF is wrong with people?